Welcome to the More Questions Than Answers podcast. My guest today is multi-platinum recording artist, dancer, songwriter, and actor. He's done stages, screens, arenas, and now theatres. This is Timomatic. So, Timomatic, bro, it's good to see you.
It's great to see you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I like the digs.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, you have to get the upgrade, right?
Come on.
Dude, welcome to essentially what is the first episode of my podcast. I mean,
I'm humbled, man.
I couldn't think of anyone better, to be honest.
My guy.
After 27 years, doing all the things that I've done, I still feel I know nothing, right?
Love that.
So the podcast is called More Questions Than Answers. So hopefully in our chat, we can, talk about the evolution of your career, where that brings you now, and bring us to a point where we're asking better questions.
I love that. And I'm with you, brother. I feel like the longer I'm in this thing, the less I know, which is which is crazy, but I think it's also freeing.
Yeah.
Cause we're understanding that it's a lifestyle, man. I'm every year I'm realizing there's no destination. This doesn't end in terms of our evolution. How we learn and how we evolve is literally just an ongoing lifestyle.
To the uninitiated,
Come on.
Timomatic,
Yes.
let's go. So, dancer,
Come on.
performer,
Mm-hmm.
singer,
Yeah.
recording artist, actor. Like you're like the Zoolander Slashy to the next level. Like you've,
Come on. Yes, I've been busy. I've been blessed and I've been very busy.
I mean, I hate to contain it to a snapshot, but how did you get into the industry? I mean, it's a hard thing, right?
Yeah, no, crazy. Essentially, I grew up, dancing is correct. I grew up obsessed with dancing.
Yeah.
Shout out to MJ, Michael Jackson, the king of pop, the greatest to ever do it. I was obsessed the first time I saw him.
Yeah.
And something in 10-year-old me said that you got to do something like that. Now, I preface this by my career, my life in this industry. None of it makes sense. And as we go through it, I'm sure the listeners will be like, how did that? I'm still asking the questions about it.
One of the most surprising things that I learned about you last time we talked about is it's a self-taught thing. There was no study. There was no, so how do we get to all of the things you've done being completely self-taught?
I think a lot of it is to do with my Nigerian backgrounds. If you don't know Nigerians, we are very committed, stubborn people when we want things. When we want to go and get things, my father and mother really put that sense of whatever you want, you go get it. You work hard for it.
Yeah.
Growing up in Australia, usually being the only black kid in school, you learn resilience quick of how to just, be in the wild and to make things happen. So that kind of attitude really flowed into my passion for dancing, my passion for music. Dancing was very natural to me.
Yep.
Self-taught, as you said, no lessons. Singing was not self-taught.
Right.
Singing was, even my mom was like, maybe dancing is your thing. Maybe the singing is maybe not for you. Stick to the dancing. Can you imagine that? So, but man, I had a passion in my heart and I knew what I wanted to do. And I knew it was like an MJ-esque full entertainer thing.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know how I was going to get there. Keep in mind, I was, growing up in Canberra and Perth, Darwin, places that had pretty much no professional industry whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I found my way, man. I think after school, I ditched my uni degree and jumped straight into a diploma in entertainment at JMC Academy.
Right. What was the uni degree?
Oh, this guy. It was a bachelor in psychology and management.
Right.
Yeah, double degree.
And then went to JMC.
And then went to a diploma. It was actually I went for a bachelor, but I only got a diploma in entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was obsessed with dancing and singing at that time. But I kind of was like, oh, okay, mom and dad, let me just do this for you and I'll do this for me. But I would wake up and be like, the only thing I want to do is perform. The only thing I want to do is figure out this dancing thing and the singing thing.
So what was the first break?
So you think you can dance?
Yeah.
was the first break. 2009, I entered this show just to give it a crack. And keep in mind, I wanted to be a singer dancer, but I was like, yo, I can't sing like a Ronnie, or I can't sing like a guy. Said, come on, man,
Come on now.
you got them vocals, bro. I don't have them natural,
No.
vocals. I couldn't do that, but I could dance. So I was like, maybe this is the way in, and then I'll figure my way out from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did. So You Think You Can Dance, and
I said last time that the internet tells me that you were robbed. You should have that you should have came first. So you like
yeah.
the Shannon Knoll of So You Think You Can Dance.
Well, that came later. Actually, we jumped ahead. That's Australia's Got Talent.
Oh,
But
right.
so no one thought I was
mix
robbed in So You Think You Can Dance. They were just like, no, you came what you came. We saw it.
Yeah.
I was, bro, this thing was like, I was doing ballroom dancing. I was doing contemporary. I was doing jazz dancing.
Yeah.
I still can't do a double turn. And I was out there on live TV trying to double turn out there. Y'all saw me fall out. I know you guys saw me. But what happened from that is I got my name out there.
Yeah.
I was exposed to an agent who became my manager.
Yeah.
And I had a taste of what it would be like to be a name and to be in this industry.
So what happens next after that?
I am getting booked as a dancer.
Yeah.
Dancing for people like Jess Maubois.
Right.
Yeah. Dance for Jess, and at the ARIA Awards. A lot of people. You pull up the footage, you probably find it. All this time wanting to kind of be the full package, but never having the opportunity to do singing and dancing. So manager at the time's like, I'm going to throw you into a musical, man. There's this musical that's come around, Fame the Musical. You can sing, you can dance, and you can act.
Yeah, right.
8 times a week. So I was like, hey, I'm game. If you think it's going to work, let's do it. Again, not self-taught in everything. So I'm on this professional theater stage with these incredible taught dancers, and I'm doing the musical theater thing, which lasted for 6 months because I broke my back.
Is that your second break? Terrible joke to insert.
I'm gonna give you.
Right. I'll pay that.
Is that my second? That's so. Yeah,
That's a terrible break.
No, if you don't laugh, you'll cry, bro.
No, I mean,
that's so good. Yeah.
So, and this is before the Timomatic that I met.
Yeah.
I mean, how you fucking broke your back?
Yeah, man. A stress fracture. Again, 8 times a week. I had flips in the role that I was playing in the show. It was a lot of flips and a lot of kind of breakdancing moves. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it all. So that compounded 8 times a week for 6 months. My back was like, bruv, what are you actually doing?
Is there? Yeah. I mean, like, is it something that happens, or it's like gradual?
Mine was gradual. It was a stress fracture. So over time, I just was getting more stiff. And by the end of that 6 months, I remember being backstage and lying in excruciating pain, having to force myself to start running around the room consistently until it was the time to come on stage. Because anytime I stopped moving, my back would seize up.
Is that like career ending stuff for people? Is that like, I mean, it's serious, right?
Yeah, it honestly, it can be. And I was, I don't know, man. Like this is all these things that were happening to me were firsts. So I had no concept of like, okay, you're going to do that, then you're going to do that. And this is going to happen there. And this may be career ending. It may not. Like I had no concept.
You don't really have the foresight to be like, okay, I've got this long career ahead of me.
No. But again, all I had was just commitment, man. I was like, if I find myself in a place that I get to be on stage and perform, I will commit to it past the point where it hurts me. And that sounds strange for people to kind of hear that, but I was like, it didn't matter what it cost me physically or even mentally. I was like, I have a goal and a vision of me wanting to be of an excellent standard in this, and not having the training, not having the mentorship.
So how do you bounce back from a broken back? Like, no, like,
That's a great question, bro.
like, so what happened then?
So after that point, I was off for 4 months, and I just had the decision to either stop completely from everything and even start to look at another career path, because I was like, what am I supposed to do here? But I was like, no, I'm going to work on what I can do, and I could sing. So it became an intensive vocal time for me.
So, I mean, like,
Worked on the voice.
yeah. So is it like a pivot made out of necessity? Or I mean, like, because you said you wanted to be a singer anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you sing, but you were not where you wanted to be.
Wanted to be, yeah.
So it kind of allowed you the time to really
Correct.
work
It
on
was
that.
an opportunity, but it was a big switch for me because I had always had found my identity in being able to move really well.
Yeah.
And being, I don't know, I was 21, 22 at the time, having that taken away from me, it's almost like I had an identity crisis as to, like, Tim, what are you if you can't be on stage performing? Like, who are you? And it's probably one of the first times I got the closest to what I believe was depression. Now looking back and going like, what is this? Like, what, like you said, career defined, like, what happens if I can't do this anymore? So I went through a process of building my confidence back beyond what I could do.
Yeah.
And attempting to focus on who I was. And that's testament to some really strong people I had around me at the time. One of my mentors, a guy called Francis, he was very instrumental in just reminding me, he's like, man, this is great what you're doing, but you're more than this. You know, this taken away from you, you're still going to be Tim. You're still going to be valuable. And bro, I needed that, because I was like, what happens now? And then, channeled that energy into focusing on the music and the singing. And then manager was like, okay, so Australia's Got Talent. What do you think about that?
Right.
And the last thing I wanted to do was be on these damn shows where you get voted off. Like, bro, getting voted off live TV is like, it's like getting you can't even, it's just so embarrassing. Like, it's you're going home, and the lights, and there's all this people like, and you're like, what is this?
I don't think I'd be made for that, dude. I'm not made for that kind of like high profile rejection.
You sure, bro?
Definitely not.
High profile rejection.
Only if it was like Survivor or something like that. I could totally deal with that. Someone being like, okay, you're the weakest species on here, and there's dudes that are like built. But not like something that you hold so close to your heart, like a talent.
Yeah, bro.
Like, that's a hard pill to swallow.
It was tough. And I think because it happened to Soviet dance, I knew that it was only a part of me, being the dancing part.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as bad as what I believe other people around me suffered when dancing was all they wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I was like, putting myself in that position again, being made vulnerable again in front of a lot of people was scary. But I was like, I got none to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, as soon as I get healed up, I'm just going to give it a crack. Australia's Got Talent comes, I come third. Hence why people saying I got robbed.
You got robbed. So you were the Shannon Nolan of Australia's Got Talent.
I'm starting to realize that everything happens for a reason. So I appreciate the people who might have felt that I got robbed.
Yeah.
But I felt I came exactly where I needed.
The internet was mad.
Internet was mad. I felt like I came exactly where I was supposed to come. And that led to a record deal with Sony.
So this is around the time that we met.
Yes, correct.
So, I mean, for context for people like I was navigating through as a songwriter, as part of a songwriting production team, and we met at Sony
Studios,
at a writing session.
Yes, sir.
I think I was fresh off. So at the time, and I'm not even sure that you knew the context of this. And I think, we've discussed it recently.
Yep.
That like so at the time I was a writer here, I had an artist career in Malaysia.
Yeah, bro.
And I was flying out and doing like artist things, and shout out to Nadira in Malaysia, who we had a number one single out there.
Come on.
But then I'd come back and no one wanted to know about me as an artist, as a singer. But everyone wanted, like, creatively, I was making a name for myself as a writer, and that's where we met.
Yeah, man.
And I was super humble when we come into the studio.
I'm sure, bro. I think it was like, I don't know, it was mad sunny that day. And I think somehow the sun cracked its way into the studio because you had sunnies on in the studio. If I can recall correctly, you had mad shades on, and I was down with it. I was like, my guy is very confident, and the way you spoke, bro, like you didn't sit there. I don't remember you sitting down, bro. I remember you standing up in front of like the mixer going, this is going to be a smash. This is how we're going to, and I was like, I respected your hustle. I respected that you were so passionate about what you were writing.
I can't remember the sunglasses. I mean, maybe I can remember the sunglasses. I know I never used to sit down ever.
Right.
Because I mean, like for sessions, I think I would, my whole thing was like, I would get 2 Rockstar energy drinks, the purple ones.
That makes sense.
Hit them and then just be like, okay, just try to go to flow state. But I mean, like, but it was also kind of like, I just wanted to, I wanted to champion my ideas. And I think, and I you know, like we had dinner one time and we were talking about it. And I think I might have even apologized for that time. Cause like, not for the shades. Cause I didn't even remember.
No, you're holding on to that. That's cool. That's cool.
But like, I think I was also like finding myself how this is going to work for me.
Yeah.
Like, and collaboration, as much as it wasn't a new thing, it was something I was getting named for, but I was still like, I had to lead. But man, I think we wrote some bangers.
We wrote some bangers.
Don't let the sun go down on us.
Nah, I'm telling you.
Don't let the sun go down on us.
No, Tim.
On us. On us.
Come on.
We had some bias, bro.
Right.
Yeah, respect to that.
So, I mean, back to you.
Yeah.
But like,
you're good.
So you transitioned to be the singer now.
Come on.
So it happens.
It happens.
And then you ride that wave.
Yeah, what I didn't realize, again, I look back at my career, bro, and I'm just like, how? Like, some divine force must have been in the driver's seat, because even the people that I wrote the first songs with that went really well, everyone in the industry were like, you're not going to write a hit with these guys. The DNA boys.
Yeah.
They were still fresh coming up. And everyone was like, no, it's going to be these guys. These guys work in LA. These guys work. This is where the hits are from. These guys only are local guys. They've only worked with pop girls before, so they haven't worked with males. That like, and I was always like, yo, like if it's about what we find in the room, you can't like, how do you know? Because a lot of the guys that I went with that I was told where the hits were we just clashed.
Yeah, right.
Because they would compare me to people who had already made it. And they were like, it's got to be like this. And I'm like, but I respect that, but I'm me.
Yeah.
I'm Omatic. Like I'm coming with my own thing. I get that there is a structure and a system. I respect it, but like you got to listen to me too.
Yeah.
And DNA, bro, they were the first, shout out to the boys. And Dave, they were the first writers that when I came into the room, they were like, so who are you, bro? And for the first 3 hours, we did nothing but learn about who we were and what we liked.
Yeah, right.
Just chilled. Not
someone with
straight off the back, like, let's write 3 bangers. And I respected that too. But don't say to what you did. We had great sessions. And it was a vibe, but they were the first that did that. And funnily enough, through those sessions, my 2 released songs came out, and they were 2 of some of my biggest songs of my career.
Yeah,
off
wow.
the back.
You know what's crazy about hearing that?
Yeah.
Is that like now when people ask me for advice and when I talk about what I used to do from a songwriting perspective, I actually think the sessions that I had with you completely changed my trajectory as a collaborator, because I think I learnt that I actually need to chill the fuck out.
Wow.
But like, I actually need to do the things that you're talking about, which is connect with the artist. Like, get to know their story, but also like work with all of your things. And it wasn't about me. It was about like, and I think the sessions that I had with you actually taught me that, like,
Respect.
that it wasn't about, it was never about me. And it was always about, like, if I didn't get artist buy-in and I didn't, and it wasn't, and I didn't make you feel like it was yours, then things would never fly. And I think that was a really pivotal moment for me.
Bro,
because it's
heavy.
Funny, because all the things that you just said about DNA is how I want people to feel about me and how I say that I felt about artists. But that must have been the point.
That must have been the point. That's wild. And your perspective, like, bro, coming from Malaysia with a number one, you're coming with momentum, and like, I get it. I'm commending you in the fact of like, bro, we were all figuring it out, and like, even for me, like, it was a very kind of growing and humbling time, because as an artist and as a songwriter, you kind of need to be very confident and accommodating. Like, it's a very kind of hard thing to kind of to come to.
Okay, first hot take.
Yeah.
Like, what's the most important thing in a session then? What's the most important thing creatively for you in a session?
Listen to firstly, to where the vibe is taking you as an art. I'm talking from an artist point of view.
Yeah.
You can, I'm gonna hit you with this from a songwriting point of view, but from an artist point of view, listen to where the vibe is taking you firstly. And then say your piece with your chest 10 toes down, knowing that it could be wrong. Be humble. In other words, be humble to what the creative energy in the room is doing. If you are confident enough in you don't have to fight. You don't have to fight necessarily against a wave of what's happening in the room. So I would say, listen, be confident in who you are, and be humble to be able to kind of take direction. You know what I mean? You'd like to hope that everyone in the room wants the same thing, which is the best song possible.
Yeah, of course.
You know, which is that's kind of arbitrary. So I say that in like, what is the best song? I think that's what I mean by, that's where the artist comes in. You have to listen to your soul as to, this is what I feel needs to be created in this time. And that is hard to stand by, because you got the world that will tell you it's got to be this, got to be that, it's got to, like, what is for you in that time is for you in that time.
Yeah.
Songwriting wise, what would you say? I mean, you could talk from both.
What's the most important thing of the creative process?
Yeah.
I think, for me, I think it's ownership. And not ownership from this is how much publishing I get. This is what my points are. I think, like, when you're working with people, you've always got to leave room for other people's buy-in and for ownership. So, like, even if you've got a finished, I mean, the way that I look at it, anything, even if you've got a finished idea, if you want to work with people, make it unfinished so people can contribute.
Ooh.
And I mean, for me, that's life as well. Like, any scenario, like where it's a creative vision, like building a platform or doing these other things, like, people want to be part of things and people want ownership over things. And like, one of the biggest pieces of advice that I give upcoming artists is, like, create a scenario where you can get people to invest in you, your story, listen to them, take things on, and let this thing evolve with people's input. But don't be like, I'm on my journey and
this is it. Yeah, that's so true. I like that you said create it though. Like, as in you can decide that.
Man, one of the biggest things that I heard, I might have been from another studio manager or something. He was like, one of the best interns that I had, one of the smartest guys, was like, he would leave the place spotless.
Come on.
He would do all of these things. But whenever a manager would come, he would make a mess. Just so when the manager walked past, he could be seen picking something up. He could be seen cleaning something up. He could be seen doing the work.
Hectic.
And I was like, that's really smart.
That's dope. That's shout out to that dude.
Oh man.
That's dope.
But as you said, the psychology of everything, right? I mean, we're walking the halls. You're out here spitting like 48 laws of power. Come on, man.
Bro, you get like, it's deep, man, because we're talking music, we're talking creating, like, and even in that ownership, I think it's ownership of experience, right? Like getting people to own the experience, because what really, I mean, apart from say maybe the product, but like, where did that idea come from? Like, did it come from you? And then from you, where did that come from? You know what I mean? And I think that the listening in what I'm saying now is also to like to your soul. Like, what is your soul saying? Because that will speak, and that can help rudder the direction.
I think it's the hardest thing, though. It's the hardest thing to grasp when you've got an ego.
Yeah, bro.
When you're trying to build something and be known for something, you want the world to feel like it's yours. And like not to rat on any producers.
Oh, I saw someone in your head. I saw the vision. He said not to rat on.
But I mean, I feel like it's something that producers, a lot of producers, something that holds them back is their unwillingness to collaborate.
Yeah, bro.
Open that up because they want to be known for everything. They want to be known for produced, written, directed, starred. It's just like, bro, just let someone fix the drums.
Come on.
Or like, hey, like, it's cool. You don't have to mix, master, do all of this stuff.
Yeah.
We wrote the songs. Let's pass it on. Like, you know, I mean, I've worked with a lot of producers, so I'm not singling anyone out there. But you know what I mean?
But what we're coming back to is the mindset behind it, right?
Yeah.
It's maybe I don't know it all. Maybe I'm not the only authority on this. It's coming from that point, because then your eyes are open and it's more listening than speak. People are quick to speak, bro. I'm just like, there's insecurity there, and you have to manage, like you have to essentially manage how to kind of navigate someone's insecurity masquerading as ego. That's very deep.
You know what it is? It's more questions than answers. See the hook. That's it.
Yeah.
So let's bring this back. So moving on, we go on this run, and I hate to skim over this part because, like, you know, Pusha T, bro. You got Pusha T on track. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how do we evolve to the actor? How do we evolve to Timomatic, the actor? And there's another question there, but let's just go straight here.
Let's go there.
Like, how do we make the evolution then from dancer, singer, recording artist, actor?
I'd gotten to my point in my career, bro. Like, I love this. This space makes me feel very free to just. We got to be real, bro.
It's very actor studios.
Yeah, it's very. I'm kind of. There's not often that I get to like really think about these things, and I know it will be valuable to people. Hopefully, that's my prayer that it will be valuable. But bro, straight up, 2016, I got dropped from the label.
Yeah,
like, and I was depressed. My identity had become Timomatic, the signed music artist.
Yeah.
And that was ripped out of my hands, essentially without my control, without my input, without my buy-in. So I was in a really raw place, and I was kind of like, oh, like, what is this? Like, independent music? How do I even do it? Like, my team, like, the money, you know. On a personal front, I had to vacate my apartment, which I was at. And I had a Range Rover at the time, which was killing my bank account with them repayments. And I had to move into a spot with that my sister organized with a family friend, still with a Range Rover parked in front. This side room. I'm giving you context. As I was what next?
Yeah.
Opportunity came around to go into another musical, which I hadn't done since Fame.
Yeah.
And it was In the Heights musical. Financially, it was not very good pay at all. I'm going to come back to why I said that.
Yeah.
But it was an opportunity, and I actually turned it down with my agent at the time. We turned it down. We're like, oh, look, sounds good, but no, man's got to eat as well. Like,
yeah.
how am I supposed to survive? The opportunity comes around again. A friend of mine who's a choreographer in the show said, hey, we're in town. Like, I don't know. I just feel like just to say, come down if you want to still try for this thing. It's something in my soul. And I listened to it. Thank the Lord. I listened. I was like, that just said, Tim, just go. I went, did the audition, got into the show, and I fell in love with acting and the nature of connecting with people live on stage, and the humility of, it's not just about me, it's about how can I deliver these lines, which evokes an emotion in you that brings your lines back to me and makes it alive. There was this collaborative spirit in it that I was like, this is incredible. And I fell in love with acting. To preface it by, to people listening, all the opportunities you want in life are not going to always have the right dollar sign attached to them.
Yeah.
People get too caught up with, oh, my value, my worth, and they compare it to financial things. Sometimes you need to take an opportunity that doesn't have the financial backing to take you to a place that you need to go, that you wouldn't get to without the opportunity.
Man, I wholeheartedly agree. I think, I mean, obviously that gets harder as you get older.
Yeah.
And, you know,
because I'm getting paid for this, right?
Yeah, for real.
I was about to say.
I got the duffel bag here.
Yeah. no way. USD even. Come on, bro. Recession.
I mean, was acting a natural thing for you, or do you feel like you'd been like, is there a part of doing everything else that was acting as well that you kind of just channeled, right?
You'd think that. I thought that. I thought acting would be very natural. I was wrong, bro. I was very humbled, especially when it came to screen acting, which is a whole nother thing of having a screen like this and being able to emote something and to be able to be directed with feeling something through your face and through a facial emotion without it being over the top, right? Acting is finding the truth of something and talking out of that place as if you've never had the conversation before.
Yeah, right. What do you find the biggest difference between performing on stage and acting then?
Screen acting, I believe, is more about, usually for the most part, it's the close-up, right? And it's more about your relationship with the screen and how your emotions are reading through your eyes. When you're in a theater show, people are not close enough to really focus on your eyes. Your whole body is having to act out what you're trying to say. So you can be encouraged, depending on the show, to have a bit more body language. Whereas the screen, it's very hard to fake it when both mediums are very difficult. A great man once said that screen acting is the director's medium, stage acting is the actor's medium.
Yeah, right.
Right? Because you can't edit a stage performance. It is what it is for that show, for that performance.
Is there a common thread of something that you've carried through all of these disciplines? Yeah.
Is there a common thread? And by the way, that statement wasn't me. I didn't say it. A great man once said, that was me, guys. I was actually
a great man. Timomatic
once said, is there a common thread? Yeah, bro. Great question. Between all the disciplines, what I found is it's the search for truth of the moment.
Yeah.
That's the binder. It's the authentic expression of what you're trying to convey, and it has to be authentic to you first.
Yeah.
Because if it's authentic to you, then it will come out in a way that will connect or not connect, but whatever it is, it will be from a real place.
Yeah.
So authentism is the connecting bow between acting, singing, dancing. is it coming from a real place? Are you feeling these things? Are you connected with what you're saying? Are you connected with what you're singing? Are you connected with how you're moving? The truth of the purpose of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That's deep.
I had to live it to get there, bro. I had to live it to get there.
Yeah. So tell me, what's the difference between Timomatic and Timomaji? Is it like a Superman Clark Kent thing? Is it
I like that. I like that.
And which
Wow.
one is which?
Which one's talking to you now?
Yeah.
That's the question.
I would like to think it's Timomatic I met, but I don't know.
That's a great question. So, okay, Tim Omaji, which is actually was born with the name Timothy Omaji. That's the third alter ego.
Oh, okay.
He's coming.
The government name.
The official name. Dr. Timothy.
Yeah.
Tim Omaji is Tim Omaji is the name I use for acting things. And then Timomatic is the brand name for the music.
So there was a Timomaji that slipped into the music for a hot minute.
Yes, there was.
Who was that guy?
Wow. That guy was a guy who had just lost his manager. Literally, manager passed away. And I was transitioning into this whole brand of music. I felt like I'd evolved rapidly musically. And I had advice saying that the music that I'd been creating, that I just created, was not matching the brand that I had been known for.
Yeah.
So the advice was to change the name. And so I changed my name from Timomatic to Tim Omaji, which I thought was going to be a very seamless transition. And then people would know that, oh, he's just evolved the name, but he's the same guy.
Yeah.
I was so wrong, bro.
Were people like,
didn't know who I was. Who is this guy? I'm like, the names kind of look similar, no? Like, what's happening? And so that was a big lesson to me.
Do you start talking different? Do you start walking? Like, is it like...
No, I dressed a little different.
Yeah.
I dressed a little different. But in that Tim Omaji phase of music and releasing music under that name, like my sound was, dare I say, schizophrenic. Like my sound was so disjointed. I would try this, try that, try this.
I mean, most people get to go dark and reinvent.
Yeah.
I mean, was there pressure? Was there pressure on you to reinvent in public forum? Like did you have time to go dark and kind of go off the grid and reinvent and workshop that? But by the sounds of it, you were workshopping in real time, right?
Yeah, yes. Did I have time to go and do that? No. I didn't even have the mentorship or anyone going, you need to just like take a second and figure out what this is.
Yeah.
Because when you put something into the world, I see it as seasons, right? And so as opposed to like, okay, this is Timomaji and I'm going to just like, you got to commit to the thing.
Yeah.
And that commitment, which is really hard being someone who was signed, that commitment has got to go beyond just sales and the external. It's got to be internal. And so I thought I had done that. And I was like, no, I got the song, I got this, and it's just going to work out. And then when the external was not happening the way I wanted it to, it made me question the internal. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? And so I reverted my name back to Timomatic for music. And I got this tattooed on my arm, which is a reminder that not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to understand you, but you got to like you. You got to love you. And that's the most important thing, because if you don't have that core of identity and who you are, regardless of the external, you'd be lost. And I was lost, bro. 2014 to like 2015, I was just lost. I was like, because my identity, it keeps coming back, this word identity.
Yeah.
My identity was wrapped in the external things.
One of my hot takes on a question for you is do you think that all this reinvention, do you think that, that reinvention and evolution comes more from inspiration or failure?
Oh, 100% failure. I think, you don't know yourself until something doesn't work out the way you expected it to. Or when something falls out from your hands when you thought you had a hold of something and then it slips through, especially when it's not your doing or your intention to.
Yeah.
And I think that the lessons you get through failure are important to not so much build your creative, it will naturally fuel into your creative expressions of who you are, but it builds the backbone of being a person that can sustain each failure as it comes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's a sustainability thing that it builds in you, so you can have the backbone to withstand what evolution and growth, the effect it has on you. Is that clear?
I think so.
We're getting very kind of deep with it. So I believe failure is the best teacher.
Yeah.
I believe success is an incredible thing, but it's harder to gauge where you are in it. Meaning that, okay, I'm successful. How successful? Like, do I keep pushing?
Yeah.
Do I chill here?
Was there ever a time that you felt that you had made it?
I did, yeah. It was I had number 2 song in the country. I was playing at Mexico and Azteca Stadium. Same year I was performing at Miss Universe. I thought that this was life, and I had wrapped my identity into that guy.
Yeah.
And so when things started to fall apart, I unraveled with the falling apart of the thing, but it gave birth, almost phoenix-like, if you will. It gave birth to the wider, more mature performer who understood acting, who, not even that, understood what it meant to, what management actually meant, how to manage, the touring of myself and my team, who to actually get on the team, how to run my own ship, how to run an independent ship.
Yeah.
I would have never gotten that if everything didn't crumble to the ground.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, what's the next evolution of the Omajis, the Matics,
the Omatics?
I feel like
that's
are you kind of just traveling through the multiverse, finding all of the this one's an Omaji, this one's an Omatic.
Yeah. Well, what's name wise?
What's the next
name
evolution?
wise? I don't know. I think I'm going to keep the name as is, and keep the Omatic for the music stuff. Tim Omaji.
Yeah.
But for me, bro, I think what we're doing now is part of the next evolution. I feel like I want to help the next generation understand not so much what to do, but I want them to understand who they are before they get to what they do.
So I think that there is so much.
What you do.
So,
and I'm going to start today.
Yeah.
No, go.
I think there's so much to learn, not in the conventional sense that this is how to do things, but there is so much to share.
Yeah, bro.
That people with experience can kind of shed a light on.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's like the foundation of what we're trying to do. Like, have creative conversations in a public forum. So people are like, oh, it wasn't just handed, because I mean, like, honestly, before I found out that it was a self-taught thing and that you would navigate it through this thing, I'm like, performing arts kid, like, he's been given these opportunities. And I think it's really Australian and tall poppy to kind of look at other people's success and be like, oh, these people have been handed that. This is an opportunity.
Bro.
Boo, you've had to reinvent because you got dropped from your major artist thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I've never
but people don't get like that. none of these opportunities were given. This was a taken thing.
Yeah,
I mean, so like there's a theme, like it's like an evolutionary theme. It's a resilience theme.
Yeah, bro.
You know, it's a mindset theme, right?
It's a mindset thing.
In the search for all of these questions,
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose what is the one question, I suppose, that you still haven't answered for yourself? I just came up with that, by the way.
That's great. No.
Yeah.
I actually ask this quite often. What will I be remembered for? And I'm not old, bro. Neither are you, by the way. I know you're looking at my gray hair and my beard. I know you're looking at it. He said, damn, yeah, what will you, Tim? Oh, man. Gray hair coming out.
Oh, Tim.
But no, like, bro, like, I'm in this, like, this is not me going, I'm hanging up the, like, I feel like I've just started in my creative career for real. But like, what will I be remembered for? Like, how can I be of value to those coming up? Like, it's just something that keeps, racking in my brain, because I feel like we have this definition or idea of what greatness is, and I feel like we've all got it wrong. Greatness is a decision. It's a behavior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a destination, but people think it is. Oh, I'm gonna be great I'm gonna be great when I get to that. I'm gonna be known as great and I'm like, bro, that's a mind. No, that's not it. Because when you get there, there's still life to live.
Oh yeah. Totally.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's the biggest thing that I'm learning now. Like I feel like you get to a point where I want to create a whole new world.
Come on.
Like, yeah, like, so what's the next, like I said, like before, the next evolution is kind of what we're doing. And, you know, like I'm really, really excited about the journey that we're on.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, we're building, you know, like, and I'll say, like, you know, we're building a mentor academy thing where we're repositioning and we're trying to build this community.
Yeah, man.
I never think that at the start of my journey, I could have imagined what kind of community that I would be a part of and the friends that I would have made along the way. And the fact that we all kind of ultimately think the same.
Yeah, man.
Like, I mean, would have you done anything differently in your career at the start?
Oh, that's a crazy question.
Like, would have you gone, okay, I'm going to go straight to singing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go straight to acting. I'm going to be a slashy from the start.
No, I could confidently say no, because all the things I see in hindsight weren't decisions. They were like, they were pathways that were laid out on the way. Like I learned on the way, you know. Bro, growing up as a, you know, Nigerian kid in Australia, there were no examples of this. You know what I mean? I joked before, it's like the only dark person I saw on TV was Ernie Dingo. And if you know that, you're old too.
Ernie.
But like I just was committed. I had a purpose. I had a calling. And I'm like, this is what I'm called to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I'm going to find a way. I just know that as long as I stay in the studio, dance studio, the recording studio, on stage and commit and do and be as excellent as Tim can possibly be, not compared to anyone else, as Tim can possibly be, then I'll be okay. You know what I mean? And that's been my life mantra, bro. And I've just been blessed to be guided. I believe I have been guided, and I believe this next phase is even more exciting, bro. Like these conversations.
Yeah.
bro, like a year ago, I was like, bro, can I get you to help me with this, that? I think you'd be an incredible manager. I love your vision, this, that. You're like, hold that thought. I think there's something bigger. I think there's like, I'm just being led. So I'm excited for what's coming, what's next. And this is a really good chapter to jump in with you, man. This is great.
If there was one person that you could interview and sit down and drill in and ask questions,
Oh,
who would it be?
dead or alive?
Let's start with alive. The dead part's easy, man.
Yeah,
the dead part's
easy.
Someone wheel Michael Jackson out. Someone wheel him out. Come on.
It's just like from the grave.
I think the harder part is alive, because you're like, really? Is there that many people
I know,
that are alive that I want to talk to?
Bro, I cannot. That the person that comes to mind, maybe because he's just announced his tour here, but is Usher. And not for what you would think, though.
So not about the cherries.
Exactly. Them cherries, just messing up people's relationships. Usher, I don't know, man. As a married man, you can stay the hell away from me and my wife.
It's kind of uncomfortable, but
Hey, no judgment, but you stay the hell away from my wife. I'm staying married. But like the mindset to sustain that level and not lose your mind completely. Like, he is an athlete in every sense of the word. He's a creative athlete. So I would love to find out, bro. He's like the entertainment. He's the entertainment's version of Kobe Bryant.
yeah.
Black Mamba mentality. Just so tunnel vision on his craft, and I think it would be fascinating to really dig out like some deep questions as to how he kept going when real difficult. I think he's like lost a kid and like,
Yeah, wow.
yeah, he's gone through a lot of stuff, but like here he is still evolving,
That's wild, man.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, I probably need to wrap it up, but I've got one more question.
Okay.
I want to talk about it because I find
you got the power. See, I know why you keep going.
No,
because we doing sections. He's like, yep, I'm gonna cut that out.
No, not even. We're gonna roll this whole thing.
Nice, Tim. A bit of stuttering. Okay.
This is my first podcast, bro.
Okay,
I'm learning.
nice.
This is like, we're talking about reinvention. This is like, you know how hard this is for me, for someone that hates the actual speaking voice.
You hate it. Wow, that's some Jimi Hendrix type.
No, man. Like, if I could sit and sing this whole thing to you. So one more question. I want to, and it's not even a deep one. It's just something that I found out about you that I'm like, and it's interesting that you talk about Usher and mindset. And, we've talked about this, and I from your story, I really feel like it's so inspiring, your mindset. And then when I found this out about you, I kind of just blew me out. And it's like the preparation thing.
Yeah.
And I know I don't want to keep on coming back to this quote that, you got to, they got to stay ready quote. I keep on messing it up. But but
if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Yeah. The preparation for this show, the preparation for your gig. I came to the last gig and it was great, man. And you just sang your fucking ass off.
Thank you, brother.
And it was good, and you held, but like,
thank you.
To prepare for the show, you ran on a treadmill and sang the whole show.
Come on.
What kind of obsessive compulsive insanity is that?
Bro, it's always a thing that I've kind of done. Like, I know that like nothing would be a harder experience than running on a treadmill and singing the show.
Yeah.
And so it's I've always used it as a gauge as to how fit I am, show ready I am.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like that's how I treat it. I treat it as an athlete. Like, I prep as if I'm going to run a race. You know what I mean? And I think that it's just been something that has kept me young, despite this beard coming through with that you're still looking at the grave. Okay. We're going to leave that. But it's kept me young, kept me youthful. I'm always like, okay, if I can move through this the whole time, I'm good. And so it's a really good gauge as to how I'm going to perform.
Yeah. Man. So we're working on this thing, the Art of Life Performance.
Yeah, bro.
Timomatic.
Come on.
Man, I'm really, really excited about this next chapter. I'm excited that we're both strapped in.
Yeah, bro.
Man, thank you for being my first ever guest on my first ever podcast. And I couldn't think of anyone better, man.
Thank you, brother. Do it again soon.